Morning, everyone. This is Rajendran here, joining from Market Calls, and welcome everyone to live training session on market profile and order flow. So, one of the very rare session where we are seeing an yesterday price went up by 300 points, and today price is trading down by almost more than 250 plus points for the day from the yesterday's high. Yesterday price went on like a trend day. It was like a kind of a one-time framing that we had seen in yesterday's session. Only at the B period, the one-time framing got, only the B period price went down, but rest of the day price kept on going up. And yeah, there are a couple of gap closing odds are there. That is what we need to focus in today's session. And there was a G3 low as well. So there was a G3 low. In fact, it's supposed to be a G2 low. I'm just using a older version. I'm using a new version which is having some beta bugs are there. So, but this is supposed to be a G3 low. Should we have to go and focus on this G3 low? That is a question we have to ask. For that, we need to go and check out the sentiment. The sentiment here on the daily time frame is still positive. But one thing is there. So that means though the price is coming down, maybe the G3 low is the 3 days back low. This is a low. Will we go and see some sort of a crazy drop towards those kind of levels? If you ask me, I don't think so. That chances are very, very lesser uh, to happen immediately. But immediate trading levels for the day are likely towards the very first gap over here. This gap is the one which is supposed to get closed because it is an island gap reversal. So usually if the price is coming down, acceptance at the single print, there are multiple single prints are there. All the single prints are getting accepted at the opening itself. That means the focus is towards the gap only. So the gap is the reference for the day. So always gap is the reference. So probably the test of 15,000 below 15,000 levels is highly a possible one. One more thing that yesterday's prominent point of control is not a serious one. And maybe if any crazy downside is there, then this prominent point of control is a positional target. Not necessarily it has to come down and clear by today itself. Remember that this prominent point of control is always a positional target. Even they can bounce back a little after closing this gap. They can bounce back a little. They can do the two auction process, and maybe tomorrow they may come down and clear the prominent point of control. That is also a possibility. So probably the first sell signal would have been happened, and that happened at an uncertain time. There was a quick trend exhaustion is also getting visible over there. Prices. So you see that the green color lines are started forming in. End of the green color line is always a trend reversal, and what I'm seeing at this point of time is the maximum of the gap closure is what I'm just thinking. Yesterday we tried to attempt to trade that, but nothing happened. Did I anticipate this kind of gap down? Of course not yet. Because there are markets are always unpredictable. I even don't know why the market went open with such a gap down. Maybe people will be spotting to some news always, but I really don't know why there was a big gap down open, right? And moreover, I don't want to know the reason also. So this is one gap that we can always focus on immediately. And since the exhaustion, the trend is steeper going down like a strong liquidation right from the open, we should also have a look into the order flow as well. Let's see what the order flow is saying. So this is how the order flow looks like. So not much of a delta positioning, but a lot of crowded activity happened around these levels. This is one level where more crowded activity happened. This is the place. A crowded activity happened again. More crowded activity happened in this band as well. So two crowded activity happened back to back. And so the island gap reversal is finally coming to a closure. So let me go and show you. Yesterday also we talked about this island gap reversal. Let me pull up the island gap reversal here. I'll bring the tradingview.com. So usually a gap is getting more and more closed with that gap. That gap usually tend to clear faster. Especially it is a gap which is followed by another gap, which is also again followed by one more gap. So these kind of gaps, right, the odds of fills are pretty much higher. That's the reason I was also looking for an intraday shorting opportunity. Of course, I'm not able to get that intraday shorting opportunities at all. But that is not the case today. Today, price is again tending to moving towards the downtrend. So the intention is to go and close the gap. That is what the overall intention is all about. There's a small gap is down there. So at least if it is not here also, that sort of gaps are already there in futures as well. In futures, there is a gap is there. You can see that the gap which is followed by another gap. Maybe I'll try to draw a zone here and remove all those levels, because today we are not going to see all these levels over here. Our immediate zone itself, the single print zone, and followed by that the gap zone. So those are the two immediate levels to watch out. Yesterday, somehow they managed to maintain the gap. They also trended also. What happened is in Reliance, right? Reliance inventory went long to too long. There was a crazy fast action happened in Reliance. And Reliance is also having a G2 low as well. So if it is a G2 low, I mean G2, it's not G2 low, supposed to be G3 low. If it is a G3 low, then obviously what we have to anticipate, if it is a G3 low, if it is G3 low, definitely we have to go back and check the sentiment in Reliance. Because yesterday we talked about Reliance sentiment. Reliance sentiment is still positive. That means still we are not focusing towards G3 low. Yes, from an inventory perspective, inventory went short to too short. I mean long to too long. So one have to be really cautious still in case of Reliance. So if any damage it can happen, only Reliance can do the damage. So this kind of possible odds can happen. If not today also, tomorrow also it can come down and do some crazy price action. That is always possible with Reliance. Because yesterday what happened in Reliance, price haven't migrated, but I mean point of control haven't migrated, but price migrated a lot. So it is also at one of the important price action level. So an inventory adjustment can always happen around these levels. Let's see. So far, it is a liquidation. Price opened. They went little back, pull back up. They dropped from this gap. It is not a gap rejection. It's a gap acceptance, because price went up yesterday. Now price is accepting down below those levels. So we don't say like it's a rejection. It's a more of an acceptance. Price went down below those levels. They also went down below the previous day low also. So these are the two important reference level to monitor. And to anticipate is not much, another 30 points from here, 30, 40 points, 40, 50 points from here on the downside is what maximum one can anticipate. So anyways, this series, we are definitely anticipating this prominent point of control. Yesterday also we talked about this. Now also we are talking about the same thing. The question is, this is the first thing which is always a possible one. Will this possible today itself? It is a difficult choice to make, but we can only say like it may happen or it may not happen. But this PPOC, this prominent point of control, should always get cleared positionally. What is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is very simple. Naturally, whenever the price is moving away, if it is at A period, it could be a potential support, but B period also went down yesterday. So naturally, this becomes a weaker support zone. That means always these are vulnerable to test on the downside. So the indicator here probably would be turning negative. Maybe let me pull up that indicator as well. So if there is any selling pressure, Reliance can bring selling pressure. Nifty as of now, nothing much. 15-minute could be turning down. So if 15-minute signal can turn down here, that chances are very, very higher. Probably another, if the day low is once again going to break, 15-minute can bring some selling pressure, which is very much possible. So there was a trapped seller there, but selling activity is not holding up. That low also has been broken. So definitely this trapped seller over here is not a buying opportunity. So basically, trapped seller was there. COT was higher, 3 times higher. Second time also the bar they came very close to that and immediately got broken. So nothing really much to consider over here. And the auction is still on the downside. You have to very carefully watch. At times it could be a secure low formation and then price could pull back. So have a quick check around whether it is forming like a secure low or not. So far the auction is down. So almost they are reaching only to close the gap. See, usually I'm not a big fan of closing the gaps, right? So there are many gaps which may not fill at all. But here we are anticipating a gap fill because the yesterday's low is not a good low according to us. And that means why it is not good is in relation to a prominent point of control, that low is not good. So this gap is always one of the important target levels. So that the gap fill is done. Precisely they came and closed the gap. There are times price will come back only to close this gap. So which also means that island reversal is also almost got a closure, but it's fine. Still spot gap is not yet closed, which is always fine. So that's it. There are many times you can see that again buyers are precisely started buying from there. Only trading activity is happening again and again. So, but remember, this level will be done positionally. This is a short-term reference. What does that means? Means price can come back and clear immediately, or they can go sideways for next 3-4 days also, and then maybe next week they can come back and clear it. So those kinds of things are always a possibility. So always try to take one step at a time. So far what we are seeing is a straight liquidation. Right from the start, almost how many points? Almost 120 points of price action has been done. It's a straight liquidation. So never step in front of liquidation. If in case if you want to take longs or something like that from an intraday perspective, definitely you have to take clues from order flow. As of now, this order flow is giving any clues? Of course, not yet. Okay, so somewhere this kind of trend will come to a stop, and most of the time order flow will have such kind of clues about the price action. But to my knowledge, from an intraday perspective, one should have a neutral opinion from here. So these are crazy situations. Market opening gap down by 200 points. Again, market going down by another 100 points, totally washing out all the profits, whatever it had done. Same thing we had seen in the downside also. There was a 500 points of gap, price went down on that day, and the total recovery happened in a matter of 2 days. Now the same thing is happening on the upside as well. Now the real question is how I can survive in these kind of markets. Is there a way to survive? Obviously, the easiest way is to, if you are holding any longs, right? So without hedging, even if you're going short also, any directional position that you are taking, one should be hedging their positions. Because market itself showing a crazy intraday volatility every day, 300 points, 400 points, 500 points of intraday price action is happening. So that means tomorrow's price action is uncertain. Even though India VIX has been cooled off in the last 2-3 days, right? But what is happening here? Overall, intraday fluctuations are not cooling down. Every day, ATR is continuously maintaining 300 points. Real volatility is maintaining continuously above 300 points. A bare minimum of 200 to 300 points of fluctuation, intraday fluctuation is happening. So that means always tomorrow's trading location is uncertain. Now, a bull market will be like this. The peak of the bull markets, you're going to see these kind of crazy price actions, which will going to make participants to go crazy, and they will come and buy all the dips. And yes, that dips will be working most of the time, but at some point of time, it is not going to work out. We don't know which time it is, but definitely from market profile, we'll be getting such kind of clues before to that. Those kinds of crazy down move, whichever is going to happen. So gap closure is done precisely. That also comes to the end of our setup. Now, precisely traders are the one who are coming and dominating. There are many cases I had seen that low would have been holding on, and from here they might be even doing a recovery also. That is also a possibility. From here they do a recovery, intraday recovery, and this level may not clear for a couple of days at all, and then they'll come back and they will clear back and they will clear back again. So one more thing is like sentiment is still maintaining positive. So always, since the sentiment is maintaining positive, so negative target is done, go back to neutral. Don't look for an extended bearish things, right? So that is vulnerable most of the time because the sentiment is still maintaining positive. So maybe you should be looking for a long opportunity in those kind of places. So like something like so the 5 minutes over here, which has been extreme sentiment. So I think maybe from here onwards, one should be trading the longs here. A trend reversal happened, momentum reversal. Maybe the momentum reversal could be the potential. This is a momentum reversal. You can see that price went down and almost all the losses has been recovered. Big delta, bigger volume, and big down candle, bigger single print volumes, complete total reversal. It's a momentum reversal. Maybe this is the place one should be taking a long opportunity. So this is the place one should be taking a long opportunity, and they should be trading the trend reversals. So this low is getting defended. Even if it is an inside bar also, imagine if this is going to be an inside bar also, what is going to happen? It will become like a momentum auction reversal. So either way, it is a buy here. Though this candle is not a buy, but definitely this candle is going to be a buying opportunity. So it's going to be, I'm going to call this as a momentum reversal. So momentum reversal could be a potential trading bottom reversal. Yeah, it's a long opportunity. So you should be willing to flip to the long opportunity as well. Naturally, 15,060 is one important target levels from here. I'll also share this in the community as well. So this is a very interesting long trading opportunity. And you know why? It's a big down move followed by a big up move, completely reverse back. Always first bar will be having a big delta, big negative delta, bigger volume also. But the second thing, second candle, though there was 100% recovery was there, not necessarily the delta and the volume has to be higher, but volume has to be at least decent. Sometimes volume will be very much higher, but these are V-shaped trend reversal, momentum to momentum drive reversals. So let me also post this information. So two things we are seeing. One is trend exhaustion that we are seeing here. Trend exhaustion is there. So obviously we are seeing a momentum reversal also, and volumes also confirming. So probably a good place to look for an clearance, right? So momentum reversal in NF. And how about Bank Nifty? What Bank Nifty had done, that is more important. So this is possibly the day's low would have been done at this point of time. So that faster you should be willing to reverse your opinion. If you're not willing to reverse your opinion, right, what will happen? Most likely people will be thinking like, hey, market is bearish. If you see only the price alone, you miss the context. So yes, this level is weaker, but maybe it is a positional game that we need to aware about that. That's going to be a positional game. Notice in case of Bank Nifty, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 anomalies are there. Though there was a small single print zone there that everything has been accepted down. Now, which is fine, but now where the point of control is going to create, that really matters here. So initial auction went down. Naturally, what has to happen here is obviously price is getting back into the reference level. Low is weaker, we know that. Not necessarily it has to clear today itself. There are many days that low is defended by the traders. So we need to check if at all any selling activity, we have to check whether second half, can I go and trade on the downside or not? But at this point of time, it is a momentum reversal we had spotted. So that means immediate trade is towards 15,060 levels. And at times it could be a day low also, because many of the momentum reversals are day low. So bearishness came, it gone, just like gone in the wind. Haven't lasted not more than 50 minutes. And yes, trend reversal also coming up at this point of time. They very precisely they went on closing the gaps. Market had done that many times. It's not the first time they are coming and closing the gap exactly. Again, gaps are the reference which are watched only by the traders only. Investors, they don't care about yesterday's gap or 2 days back gaps. Investors will not be waiting at the gaps. Somebody was literally waiting at these levels to pick up a trades. Right? So traders are the one, they'll be waiting for the gap to fill, and precisely they'll be coming and taking a long odds. So let me tell you one thing. There are time people will be finding for logical reasons. Hey, why the market went down? Is it because of FI buying or FI selling? Do you think FIs are selling? Oh, I'm thinking that FI is selling. That's why markets are going down. Maybe again, something is happening or something is likely to happen in the US market. So don't try to put these kind of thinking. This kind of thinking will be creating a lot of bias into our mind. Rather, the question is always like how I can play this game better. So Reliance, not much. They've been completely flipping back. Reliance sentiment is also still not positive yet. I mean, the sentiment is still holding positive. So if the sentiment is still holding positive, then we need to look for, if at all you want short Reliance, then definitely the single print has to be accepted down, which is way, way, way down below that. Only one single print zone got accepted down, but still point of control is not clear yet because it is like going like an AB outside bar. So almost so these kind of markets uh, coming down pretty much is very, very tougher. In many cases, letter A and letter B is totally going like an outside bar. It usually turns the trend reversal, kind of an initial action on the upper side. So very difficult to conclude these kind of markets. These kind of markets are not going to be bearish at all in the second half. So very difficult to take a trading opinion over here. I mean, very difficult to sell these kind of markets. Infi is one thing which hit the previous day high. Even despite this fall, Infi opened with a gap up and started pulling back down. Even ICICI Bank also, all the up move, suddenly there was a market went down. I think couple of weaker level that we've been talking in yesterday's session, right? So let me see. This low is weaker. In yesterday's case, that got a clearance. The G period low was weaker, and even in Nifty also we talked about such kind of levels. No, yesterday there are no such kind of levels. See, one more small announcement here. Tomorrow I won't be available. I'm traveling to my native place. So next 1 month I'm going to conduct all my classes only from my native place only. So tomorrow I will not be available for commenting. So that session will be taking an additional session. My team will be initiating a communication mail as well, stating that tomorrow there won't be any session at all. Right. So, but one thing is there. I'll be regular touch in the markets. I'll be watching the markets, but I cannot comment too much in the Slack. So I'll be communicating as possible. Like if there's something interesting is happening, definitely I'll be communicating about the price action in between wherever I'm getting time. I'll be posting my thoughts in the while I'm driving. So anyways, it's a 600-kilometer drive. So I won't be available tomorrow morning also, tomorrow afternoon also. If possible, we'll try to do a night session, probably around 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We'll have a brush up like what happened, that kind of activity. We'll try to arrange if possible. So let's see. Tomorrow we'll try to catch up, maybe around 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. 1 hour, we'll try to catch up about the market's activity, so that we will not lose the touch of the weekend closing. But tomorrow morning, I'll not be available for weekend uh, thing. So one another thing here is like the C period. If it's gonna break immediately, then more and more balancing is likely to happen in the center. So what I'm thinking is more of a centering odds are very, very higher. And this VWAP is one important place to watch out for the final target destination. And as I said, at times that momentum reversals are potential trend reversal. So control your bearish thoughts. That's what we can say. We know that this level is likely to be revisited back, but we don't know the estimated time frame. That is where we have to, at the same time, give respect to the sentiment as well. The sentiment, daily sentiment in Nifty is positive, right? So we don't need to go for an extended bearish thoughts over here, unless we could. If the sentiment would have been remained negative, we could have done that, but sentiment is still positive. So good to have a controlled bearish thoughts. And yes, whenever a trend exhaustion is happening there, look for a trend reversal. Basically, kind of a long opportunity also. So if in case if you feel like, hey, I missed yesterday, I missed that bigger trading opportunity towards the long, and today I missed the bigger downtrend opportunity towards the short. Never mind, always market will be keep on providing opportunities, and that too if you are using market profile or order flow, somewhere you will be finding an opportunity, a very classical trading opportunity, something like this. These kind of trading opportunities, one cannot even, miss through this kind of opportunity, because the win rate is such a higher win rate. We had seen through this kind of win rates many other times. That's the reason you can boldly can go and play even with any kind of position size also. Even if somebody want to trade with 100 lots also, they can go and confidently play this kind of very, very short term, quicker, fast trades. So the trend exhaustion is also done here. So basically, what the end of the trend exhaustion that we can anticipate is still that trend exhaustion is happening, but usually a trend reversal is what we can anticipate here. So basically, one more mini long opportunity is what I can say here. So am I expecting a great reversal from here? If you ask me, not yet. Will there be a possibility that we may go down once? Chances are there. What could be the reason? The reason could be two things. One is this level which is not good, and the L period low is not good. And another thing which is not good is the first month low. So if at all price is coming down, you notice this uh, crimson color line, 14,650 levels. As I said, many months, first month low also will be taken out, first month high also taken out. First month high also taken out, and price went back. Now, maybe, yeah, chances are still there, like the first month low also can be taken down. So come up with an neutral odds to trade this markets. Maybe some more time we might be spending here and there, and then if at all they're coming down, it has the odds of going down till 14,650 levels. So that way one have to prepare. And moreover, last month high and low haven't taken down at all, right? So let me check from Nifty daily chart perspective. Market haven't broken the yesterday's high also. Market haven't broken the yesterday's low also, right? So what does that means? What does that means is still there is no clarity whether this is a bull market or a bear market. There is no clarity of thoughts yet. So, but one thing is for sure. I mean, as of now, nothing much majorly happened at this point of time. And this game can come to an end. Finally, this VWAP touch is done. All right. So momentum reversal is there, and that touch is done. So basically, a trend reversal, a mini quick trend reversal happened at, it's a 30-point odds, right? From here to here, it is a 35 points of odds from here to here. So where can we see the drilled videos? So today I'll be uploading the drill videos as well, because today I have to upload. If I miss the upload, definitely I may not be able to upload the upload for next 1 month, because I'm gonna use my another PC. Right now I'm sitting on my desktop PC, so I'll be taking my laptop back to my native place. All the files are here, so I already done all the upload today morning, right? So probably by afternoon or evening, after all the processing, you should be able to see all those videos. Drill I haven't uploaded yet, but I'll be uploading by today itself. All the drills I'll be putting in a separate session. So at the end of the webinars, at the end of the course link, you will be able to see a special order flow drill section where I'll be adding all the order flow drills. All right. So at times this could be many times this could be a potential day itself. The day low itself would have been made. Like how importance we will be giving for a secure low, similar importance we have to give for momentum reversal as well. These kind of V-shaped reversals. Maybe it looks like a simple candlestick pattern if you're watching from a 5-minute perspective, but it is very difficult to take clues only from that. But with looking into order flow, you will be getting more deeper picture. Very repeatable pattern, a bigger delta, bigger volume, and bigger selling pressure, single point selling pressure, complete recovery of the candles with low volumes or moderate volumes, no matter what, that contributes to a V-shaped trend reversals. So one should have been played the downside also, one should have been played the upside also. And you could also spotted the bottom for the day also, and you should have been spotted the more and more price action. I think more or less point of control is likely to form. I think the chances of point of control balancing odds from here is going to be very higher. Market is likely to find its balance. So what I'm thinking is most likely it's been doing a V-shaped reversal, but somewhere here they could do some find a balance over here, because C period is about to form in another 3 minutes. They can easily break. If at all not in C period, D period could come back and break, or E period could come back and break. So what I'm thinking at this point of time is like market could be going and doing a two-way auction process. Maybe from here on, option trading is going to be riskier. Option premiums are going to erode, and that is what I'm just thinking over here. So maybe they could be even doing a day high test also. For that, we need to look for another trading opportunity. Maybe second half, if there is any trading opportunity coming in, maybe we should be willing to trade towards the day high, or if there is any day low test which is coming in. So it's good to go neutral, come back on second half, try to check whether which side I should trade. Should I have to go and trade on the upside, or should I have to trade on the downside? Somewhere market will give a clues for that. It will be forming some sort of a one-time trading patterns, or some patterns they'll be forming before the market will be giving such kind of clues. So for today, the odds of day low test is reduced, though day low is weaker, right? So let me put my comment over here about my thoughts about day low. Though day low is weaker, as it precisely close the gap, the odds of day low test in today's session is lower. What is the reason behind that? Probably the reason behind that is like because many at times momentum reversal lows may not clear from intraday perspective at all. So then in that case, what we have to position ourselves, maybe we have to wait for one more long opportunity. If long opportunity is showing up somewhere, go and trade towards the day high. So that is how we can go and manage the session. But more or less, one have to look for a two-way auction process from here on. Right, so here the VWAP test is done. So VWAP test is done in this case. So C period also broken. What does that means? Most likely this is the place point of control is likely to form. Maybe more and more back and forth price action we can anticipate. Now these kind of setups are very difficult to play with indicators. How much ever you try, how much ever one was trying, it is very, very difficult to take this kind of faster downtrend followed by a faster uptrend. Very, very difficult by any means. But with practice, with market profile and order flow, definitely one can achieve it. Here we are using a combination of market profile and order flow. Market profile is saying that day low is weaker, but still we are going long. Though it is a weaker levels, it is a fast trade location as per market profile, and as per order flow, it is a complete trend reversal there. All right, so we'll have casual look around other symbols as well, and then we'll move on to the afternoon session. Bank Nifty centering around, most likely odds of centering is likely to be here. Value. So where is the value of Nifty is going to happen? Nifty value is definitely going to be lower because point of control is here. Value is definitely going to be on the lower side only. So more and more downside activity is what going to happen despite that. Okay. So if that all any possibility which is coming in, we can definitely go and trade towards the day high. Is it a trade now? If you ask me, not yet. Maybe let the market balance. If you are missing a trading opportunity towards the long, it's okay. But wait for trading opportunity to set in, and then one can go and trade towards the long odds. Definitely market will show some sort of a one-time framing or some clues the market will be throwing up. As of now, the confidence is not that great confidence, though the opening confidence is very good. Price opened, they had done an open drive, they had came and closed the gap. So what we had seen these kind of setups is what we call as a gap rejection. Gap rejection itself a trading opportunity. What we've seen is a gap rejection, just precise, it's a precise gap rejection. Precise gap rejection is always a bullish odds. Sometimes they will be coming and doing like gap rejection, they'll be coming and price will be falling down, they'll be going down one or two ticks, they will go down and still they will reject. Those kind of rejection also are bullish odds only. So still markets are still positioned bullish only. All right. But the thing is like, if at all market gives any trading opportunity, we will go and trade towards the day high test. But definitely downside opportunity is getting limited, though it is weaker. So it is a weaker level. It's still a weaker reference. So weaker visual reference level. Visual reference. Why it is a weaker visual reference? Because the low of today is precisely at the high of the 2nd March. So which maybe what I'm thinking here is maybe like this, and maybe one more day like this, and then maybe again Monday onwards they will start correcting towards. So that is a kind of possibility, which is a possible thing. Will they clear tomorrow itself? Not necessarily. They have to clear. They can clear in 2 days later, 3 days later, but somewhere down the line, you don't need to be super bullish for this season. That's what we can think about from here. And volatility is there, so crazy volatility, they can take it to any level, but at the same time, control your thoughts and imagine these kind of levels will be always cleared in this series itself. So if at all in this series itself it's going to clear, you can take a bullish view, but you cannot carry forward that bullish view forever, because whenever it's coming and clearing, again we won't have to give up such kind of points. If you're taking bullish view, it's fine, but don't try to stick onto that bullish view for a very, very longer period. Staying in for a very longer period, only it hurts. But it's okay to take a bullish view. And TCS, not much. Whatever the losses happened, it got recovered back. Still, it is a long journey to go. We are talking about the stop levels around 32,000, 3,250 levels. Another 200 points away from here. So Ashok is having a question.
Good morning, Rajendran.
Yeah, Ashok, please go ahead.
Yeah, Rajendran, can we have a separate coverage for how this A period, B period, C period are moving, like one-time framing or getting lower low, like that, so that we can measure how strong the move is, and also how it validates and invalidates the other levels, the visual and weaker references.
Sure, we can have a separate session on that. Maybe next week we'll have a separate session on that, exclusively about the A
Okay,
and B and C period. Already
okay,
ABC
thank you.
period, ABC elongation and AB elongation we had covered extensively. But yeah, so these kind of visual reference levels, sudden crazy price action levels, how you should deal with that, definitely we can have a separate session on that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So otherwise, HDFC Bank, not much. Still, it is also this PBOC levels are still pending, and the AB poor high is also still pending for the series. But despite that, the initial levels are not that great at this point of time. Even yesterday price action also we talked about this I period low. This I period low was precisely weaker, and if at all one time framing is breaking, we could have started trading towards it. But today this level got cleared because of a gap down. Price open gap down, and then those levels came to an end. Straight away they went to the G2 low. Probably at least in HDFC Bank the sentiment would have been turned negative, but that G2 low we're not able to trade towards that because opened probably sentiment would have been turned negative. At the same time, without giving an opportunity, it came and cleared the G2 low. That is also a possible thing in many cases. So maybe the HDFC Bank sentiment would have been turned negative here. So it's turned negative. Red color indicates, so here the red color indicates here sentiment has been turned negative, but it turned negative and immediately got cleared the G2 low. So that case, we don't find a trading opportunity at all in those kind of places. So two-way auction process started. Let's see if there is any more long opportunity, if it is coming or not. We have to wait and take clues from here on. I don't see a faster trend reversal as such. So I'm expecting a two-way auction process only. Most likely it is a weekly expiry day as well. So could frustrate the weekly buyers mostly, and weekly sellers as usual, they want to take some money back home. And yeah, moreover, these kind of crazy markets are, which is something which not everybody can anticipate, which is always very difficult to play these kind of games positionally. So it's always good to manage short trades, because even in a short trades itself, if your view is very clear, your losses will be always small, returns will be always going to be bigger, right? So you don't will I carry forward these kind of markets means not every time, right? So comfortably, if things are suiting in my favor, if I clearly thought like the trades are likely to happen in my favor, only in that case I'm gonna take a trade over here. Wherever I'm finding there is gonna be uncertainty, right? So those are the places we should step away from the game or hedge it. Always hedging, you can comfortably carry forward your position. Without hedging, carry forwarding these kind of positions are totally going to be riskier. Anyways, let me stop the session here. We'll come back in the afternoon, and we will talk about probably the one-time framing trade setups. We'll complete this one-time framing trade setups by today. I thought of talking about the one-time framing trade setups, but market price action is keeping us busy in not discussing about that. But today we will finish it off. And as usual, all the videos are already available, and it is most of the videos are in processing state. So by today evening, you should be able to see all the videos up to date, even including today's session as well. See you in the afternoon session. Thank you.